Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kiera Lanice, and today we are watercoloring our own peach pixie wig. And it's a Dara wig I got from online on Amazon for maybe about 20 bucks. It's a fairly easy process. I use the Rit Dye and some water, and I also use Rit Dye and alcohol for a later process because the water method didn't really work. So we started off with some boiling water. In a bowl, we added some salt, and here I have the Rit Dye synthetics in pink and in orange. And how I measured the like the color for the measurements is kind of like a cap full, so a cap full of pink, a cap full of orange, and then I just tested it like how the color came out on a paper towel, and you could really tell the difference between how pink it was, how orange it was. And I just kept doing that for a little while, going back and forth until I kind of got like this peachy pink color that I was going for. Sometimes it came out more orange than I wanted. Sometimes it came out more pink than I wanted. But it was just trial and error, so we just kept going back and forth. And then the Dara wig was a 613 wig. And that was the wig that I used and just stuck in a bowl. What I found out is that this is the coral Rit Dye. It isn't for synthetics, it was the regular dye, and it didn't really take at all to the wig because I think I had used that one before in a different process. And for synthetic wigs, it's best to get the Rit Dye for synthetics because it'll actually pick up the color. And so I kind of dipped it in there for a little bit to see if it would take. It kind of did, and so that's when I dipped the entire wig in there. And so I just kind of just left it in there for a while, but you can tell that as I picked the wig up, the color didn't really stick. You can tell it kind of ran off a little bit. And so I kept doing this process like over and over, like 2 or 3 times with water, adding more dye, taking out, you know what I'm saying, having less water. Maybe if it's more concentrated with the dye, it'll pick it up. That didn't really work. So just continue watching this process. You'll see what I did and didn't do. And then I'll come back on when I added the alcohol and tried the alcohol method. Okay, so this is me finishing up the watercolor method. You can tell this is the hair now. You can tell that it still looks yellow. The inside took to the color, but the hair still looks kind of yellowish, blondish. And so the next method I used was the acrylic ink alcohol method. And so I pretty much used alcohol, rubbing alcohol. The amount was 50%. I would suggest getting an alcohol, a rubbing alcohol with a higher alcohol content, maybe like 75, maybe 85 or something like that. And I added the Rit Dye, the synthetics, the orange and the pink. And I didn't have a lot of alcohol, but I also thought that the less the alcohol, the more concentrated it will be, and maybe that will help the hair pick up the color. And so that's why it wasn't a whole lot of liquid in this bowl. And then we tested it again with the paper towel. Still came out a little more reddish pink than we wanted, but it was okay. So eventually I added the acrylic ink And I think this one is in like iridescent rich copper, and it kind of has this metallic tint to it. It looks like a metallic copper, and that's kind of what I wanted for the wig, even though in the end the metallic didn't really show up. Maybe, I don't know, the acrylic ink helped to pick up some of the other colors. But I added about maybe 2 or 3 drops of the iridescent copper, and then we added the wig again. And so here you can tell that the hair started to really absorb the alcohol, because in the bottom of the bowl it's not like a whole lot of liquid left. You can tell that the wig is getting into a really rich color, and it's more so absorbed into the alcohol mixture that we made. So I did not rinse this wig out. I let it kind of hang dry after adding the dye. I didn't want all the color to run out, and so I just left it on my mannequin head for maybe like a day or so, and just let it and I let it drip dry.
That's good.
So this is the hair on the mannequin head. Like I said, I didn't rinse it out. I just let it kind of drip dry with the color overnight. And in the pictures, this is the final look of the wig. It came out to be a really cute peach pink. Thanks, guys. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel.